Hello and welcome to this episode of Agilato. My name is Ravi Verma, founder, CEO and org whisperer at Smooth Apps, and it's good to have you back with me. So in this episode, I'm going to talk to you about my experience taking my daughter to ballet and tap class. So usually this is something that my wife takes care of, and depending on our work schedules, there are some times when I take over from my wife. So one day I was taking my daughter to ballet, and then I made it on time, but halfway through the class I realized that it was the second half of the class was tap, and that meant I had to go into her bag and then bring out her tap shoes so that she could change from ballet to tap. Not a big problem, except that I didn't know about this and I had forgotten to talk to my wife and get the details, so I forgot the bag. Well, lesson learned. The next time I was smart, I remembered the lesson, I got the bag, but when I opened the bag, something seemed wrong. There were no tap shoes. And so I called my wife and she was not very happy, and it turned out that I had got the wrong bag. It turns out that the Anna and Elsa bag belongs to my older daughter, and it's the Minnie Mouse bag which belongs to my younger daughter. And my older daughter takes jazz and my younger daughter takes tap, and so I got a bag but not the right bag. So the third time I was super careful. I got the right bag. It was the Minnie Mouse bag. The only problem is that on that day there was a big event at a mega church close to our house, and which is along the way, and because of the traffic, it was a long time for us to actually get there, and so what is usually a 10-minute drive turned out to be 15 or 20 minutes, and our daughter was late. So what does any of this have to do with Agile Software Delivery or Scrum? So if you look at my example, all of the lessons that I learned the hard way were actually already learned by my wife, or were part of the consciousness or awareness of one of our family's team members, right? So they knew that I had to take a bag, and it was not just any bag, it was the Minnie Mouse bag. And then they knew that we had, on certain days, we should watch out for church traffic. And there were many other nuggets of information or wisdom that other members of the family had acquired through the school of hard knocks. But if we as family members are in such a big rush to do real work or to get on with our life, that we try to save time by cutting one thing that is most important and valuable in accomplishing our family goals, which is communication, then in our desire to go faster, we may actually go much slower. This is similar to some of the temptations and the challenges of Agile Software Delivery with Scrum, because each of the events and activities of Scrum, such as sprint planning, daily Scrum, sprint review, and retrospective and refinement, have been designed to create opportunities for maximizing empiricism, which is transparency into how our software is developing, how our market is developing, inspection into are we going in the right direction, and adaptation, which is course correction to do immediate adjustments to make sure we increase the value and decrease the waste. The problem is that many times teams that do not fully appreciate the nuances or the spirit behind the design of Scrum short circuit some of these events and activities, or just check the box without using them as opportunities for team members to communicate and increase situational awareness among each other. So my question to you is this. I want you to think about my relatively simple example of taking my daughter to ballet and tap class. And notice that even in such a trivial example, there were so many uncertainties and surprises. Chances are the complexity of the software that you deliver for your stakeholders and clients is exponentially larger. I want you to look at your recent experiences in delivering complex software and ask yourself, have there been situations where there was avoidable waste in your organization because people did not have the situational awareness? Because one person who usually does a particular piece of work was unexpectedly called away or not available due to vacation, illness, or a special project, and someone else had to take over, and there was a loss of wisdom between the two people, which caused some needless waste. Do you find yourself in meetings, maybe some of the Scrum events and activities where people are tuned out? Maybe they are doing their email, playing Pokemon, and does that kind of behavior again create needless waste and loss of value for your company and your stakeholders? And if there was one small experiment that you were to try in the next sprint to increase the situational awareness and to minimize the loss of wisdom being transferred from one team member to another, what might that experiment be? Try something out, let me know how it goes, and until the next episode of Agilato, this is Ravi. Keep calm and Scrum out. So did you like what you saw? Don't forget to like and subscribe so you get notified of our fresh episodes. Follow us on social media and share with your friends and colleagues. And if you want more free tools and tips and techniques, don't forget to check out smoothapps.com. You can find out our upcoming trainings and events. We've got our provocative and controversial blog. And you can even schedule a free mentoring session with me as we explore some unique agile challenges your teams are facing. So until next time, Scrum on.